everyone. What's up, bitches? Welcome back to Real American Cougar. I say it with love. Today I'm going to talk about my personal journey and the difference between self-help and self-care. And a lot of people are talking to me about, well, how should I do this and how should I do that, and how can I find someone, and how can I find an older woman, fall in love with an older woman, date an older woman, where do I go, what do I do? I try to help everybody out with my opinions when they ask for it as much as possible. But I'm not really an expert on any kind of self-help. I have my own life journey that I can talk to you about and tell you what I went through and tell you how I feel and tell you what works best for me. But I'm not a self-care or a life guru, or I'm not trying to start a cult. I'm just talking about things that happen in my life. And if you can identify with that and you get some help from that, or you find it entertaining, that's all fine with me. If you're a hater, you don't like it, hey, that's okay too. At least you watched it. So I'm going to talk about the difference between self-help, what I've found to be the difference between self-help and self-care. And self-help is a really big thing now. It's an industry. It's an industry. Through my life, I have collected many self-help programs, exercise videos. I got old DVDs that need to go to the dump because you can't even play them anymore. I got all these special exercises, yoga, Pilates, cardio, kickboxing. I bet you I bought every self-help book practically that's out there. I bought 2 books from Dr. Phil. I don't even know why now. I don't even like Dr. Phil anymore. I have all kinds of diet books. My mother was always on a diet. And I always thought I needed to be on a diet too. And when I look back at pictures of myself when I was younger and young and beautiful, I didn't appreciate myself for what I was back then. I didn't appreciate that I was not overweight. I was pretty. I was vibrant. I was young. Back in those days, you're still looking at your flaws and you're still looking at comparing yourself to other people. And the self-help industry has made a big profit off of those of us who are questioning ourselves, and we compare ourselves to others. And a lot of that has to do with the media. A lot of that has to do with people that we meet and their personalities and their personal attributes. Sometimes we're just low and depressed and need a little help, and our self-critic gets to the best of us, and and so there's all kinds of things, self-help things out there. There's pills, there's creams, there's meditation things, yoga, go vegan, drink tea, keep a journal. There's all kinds of things out there you can buy to get yourself to where you want to be as compared to other people. And the self-help is not the same thing as self-care. I invested a lot of money in self-help materials. But until I invested in self-care, I continued to have the same problems. So am I a collector of self-help things? Yeah, I'm a collector of self-help things. I'm a collector of videos. I'm a collector of books. I even have a tray in my kitchen that says, eat well, pray often, love always. That's my big inspirational quote. You see all these different little signs and things with inspirational quotes on them. And that's mine, and everything I'm thinking of trying to do to make myself feel better, to take care of myself. Self-care doesn't mean actually massages, mani-pedis, bubble baths, going shopping, on shopping sprees. That's all nice. And it doesn't always mean, I'm a big believer. I'm a believer in self-care. And when you get down to the basics, like from my background, from a medical standpoint, self-care is always pushing, okay, you got to eat well, you got to sleep, you got to exercise, you got to get outside, you got to talk to other people. Yeah, that's all well and good, and that's all easy to say, easier said than done. But long-time self-care is coping actually with my personal journey. and I can share my thoughts. I'm not professional on anything but the field that I work in. I'm not a big advice giver. I get asked a lot of times for advice, but I just want to share how my coping with my personal journey, and let you know that I finally feel that I'm on the right track. And if you're thinking the same way, maybe you'll feel better about it and you'll feel like you're on the right track too. And I'll let you know what I decided to do with self-care. And, I did try the sleeping, the eating right, the walking, the drink your water. I've tried all that stuff. But to come right down to it, coping with my personal journey and my self-care is what I decided would make me feel secure and content. I had to take a good look at myself and decide what's going to make me secure and content. You can't help everybody, and mainly if you don't help yourself first, it's hard for somebody else to help you. So I decided that I really needed to help myself, and I went on my self-help journey. And the first thing that I did on my self-help journey, and I'll tell you what I did, and you can do it or you cannot do it, or you can take my advice or not take my advice. I didn't choose to be a cougar, number one. Things happened to me throughout my life that left me single, not in a relationship at a mature age. So I didn't choose to be a cougar, and I don't think many people would choose. It's a long, hard road to get to where you are, to end up where I am in life. So I decided that I needed to take a look at myself and not worry about what other people said or what other people were doing or what product was out or what pill was out or what cream was out or what exercise routine or should I start doing hot yoga. I thought about what really, when it boils down to it, do I need to create a content, secure life for myself. Okay, it's okay to look at what you need. It's not selfish. And the first thing that I decided that I needed to do was to be more observant and less reactive to situations. I used to be upset a lot. I used to have quite the temper. I used to get into heated things with people sometimes, and it's not pretty for anybody. And it doesn't make you feel any less anxious. The main thing that I do now that helps me base my choices and make my best choices is to be more observant and take note of not what people say, but what they do. If I want somebody to be included in my life, I can't always go on what they say. It took me a long time to learn that I can't always go on what people say. People will tell you a lot. So I observe more of people's actions because, as the old saying goes, actions speak louder than words. If their actions follow up on their words, then you got a pretty reliable, cool person that you can be secure with. I had to get to know myself. I had to accept my own flaws, and I had to own my mistakes. We beat ourselves up about our flaws and our mistakes that we have through life. We are comparing ourselves to other people, to the media, to magazines, to ads, to commercial ads between on our commercial breaks and our shows. We're comparing ourselves to all of that. And having flaws and making mistakes is not a sin. It's not a sin. It's not something you got to beat yourself up for your whole life. Even sin is forgivable. So accepting your flaws and accepting yourself for who you are and what you are, and owning your mistakes, and going forward, that's one of the first things I had to do as I was more observant, and also more observant of how I reacted to situations. So one of the things on self-care for yourself is just letting yourself be yourself. Let yourself be yourself. We all have flaws. We all make mistakes. Let yourself be yourself. Everybody's got flaws. If people don't choose to accept you as you are, then maybe you don't need that in your life. It's about your life. It's about your contentment. I started appreciating myself for what I was. I started appreciating my territory and my own little space in life. I feel a little space in this world. And I'm sure if I wasn't here, there'd be a lot of people that would miss me And started thinking about that. I'm like, not to just be pity me and look at me and make the world revolve around me, but I thought, I do hold a little space in life. There's a lot of people who depend on me, and I'm important in that sense, and I'm important to myself. This is my journey. This is my little space in life. So I began to appreciate my struggle, everything I did to get where I'm at. I began to appreciate my own beauty. I never thought I was a beautiful person. I never thought that I was much different than anybody else. I never thought I had anything that anybody would be interested in. But, you get to know yourself. I have a good smile. Everyone's like, I love your smile. You have a great smile. And I learned to appreciate that and not be embarrassed when people gave me compliments. Just appreciate yourself, be yourself, appreciate yourself for what you are, and be grateful. I find that being grateful every day makes me enjoy every minute I can. And I look around and I can't feel bad because I went from nothing to nothing to nothing to everything. I've got everything I've worked for. I got it on my own. I'm self-reliant. I don't owe anybody for it. Well, I do owe a few payments. I do pay for a few things. But I did not have it provided for me by anyone else. And I need to appreciate that too. Being grateful helps me to appreciate every minute and enjoy every minute I can. I'm grateful to be alive. And I have learned a lot through my experience that every minute of your life does count. And you can either let it be miserable, or you can make your own happiness, or you can learn something. It's your choice. It's your choice to use every minute that you have. I learned to practice my faith as I understand it in a way that I allow myself to practice it. Everybody has a whole different feeling on how to take care of your soul and what happens to you, and different beliefs and different things. But I think that it's very important for you to practice your faith. If you want to practice faith, practice it. You don't have to do it the way anybody else tells you to. It can be very uplifting. It can be a strengthening thing. So as I got older, I learned to practice my faith a little more. The main thing, be yourself and take life as it comes. You have no control over what happens on the serious things of life. You have some control, but life is going to come and go and ebb and flow and do what it's going to do. So there's no sense to be upset about it. There's no sense to react to it in a negative way. If you're observant, you sit back. Sometimes if you just be quiet and hold on, life works itself out. I found that out. I found out that I don't have to be worrying, trying to do something about it all the time. There are some things that you just can't do anything about. There's just some things you have to accept. So getting to know yourself and taking life as it comes is a lot less stressful than trying to manage every detail of your life. Now, the self-care attitude started in around 1950, 1960. That's how long ago the self-care idea came out. And what happened was, in the 50s and 60s, during the Civil Rights Movement, it was actually the Black Panther Party that came up with the idea of self-care. Their idea was self-care for your community, self-care for your neighbors, the people around you, to work as a community, to take care of yourself, to be active in things that were happening at that time, to speak out. Now, self-care to me, it's taken all this time for me to figure out that I don't need all that self-help, but I need self-care, and the only person that can give it to me is myself. So I'm creating my best world. I'm creating an environment of contentment. Practicing self-care and it allows me to be my best self, to make my best choices. And as I improve myself, I feel that I am an improvement to the condition of the world in general by improving myself. So that's how I look at self-care. That's how I look at how I maintain. I'm not a professional on telling you how to live your life or what to do or what practices to do. Just look at yourself and just think about what it is that makes you happy, makes you content, makes you feel secure, keeps you happy, keeps you vital, feeling vital in life. Live your life. Self-help, do I need it? I don't know if I need it. Self-care, definitely. I need it every day. Self-care, we all do. Take care of yourself. Think about it. If you have questions, I'm still available to answer any questions that you might have, give you a little advice you asked for, have a little fun. Please keep a watch on the Facebook All American Cougar Facebook page. Add some little comments, some little memes on there that you like. Give us all something to chuckle about. Give us all some wise words. Send me email at my RAC, Real American Cougar, matureculture@gmail.com, and I'll answer every one of them. Thank you for watching. Even though if you think I'm full of hot air or whatever you think, thank you for watching. I enjoy having these talks, and I hope in some way that I can help someone else. So thank you. I'm very grateful for my viewers. I'm very grateful for my 590 some subscribers. We're getting up there. I'm very grateful for all the people who like and share and subscribe. Just keep taking good care of yourself. Till next time. Peace out.